Hey guys, AntVenom here, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. And today, I'm going to be showing you guys the 40-second weekly snapshot for 2012. And you guys might be noticing that the snapshot is coming in a day early, and that is because the release of 1.4 is going to be on October 24th, which is a Wednesday, so they wanted to move the snapshot date backwards a day, or forwards a day, I guess I should say. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to launch it into it here with the first of the minor updates, and then I'll get into the block changes and whatnot. So, the main update that's come a part of the menu area here, if you go into multiplayer, you can now hide the IP addresses for the servers that are on your list. So let's say you're like a Let's Player or something, or a YouTuber like me maybe, and you don't want to go revealing the IP addresses of the servers that you go on. Maybe you're doing just some sort of event, you have to disconnect and reconnect or something, and you just don't want to have to edit out that IP address. Well, now you have the option of hiding it, and all you have to do to edit it, or to hide it rather, is you go into edit here, and then you check off the little hide address thing. And obviously this is just a local host IP address. You can't connect to actually any server except for your own through this IP address if you're running a server on your computer. But yeah, so if I were to choose not to hide it, it would just show it like normal, 127.01. So obviously you don't want to edit these on camera or something if you don't want others seeing the IP address of the servers that you're trying to hide. So anyways, moving on here to the updates that have come into this snapshot here. Well, this one right here actually isn't an update of the 42 snapshot, but it was an update from 12W41B, and that is that anvils will take damage when they fall from heights. And what I have here is I have a slightly damaged anvil and a slightly damaged anvil right there, and the reason why I'm dropping these from different heights is to show you guys, well, maybe those were regular anvils. Okay, that was a regular anvil, and that was a slightly damaged anvil. So let me go ahead and let me redo that there because I want to show you guys with the same type of anvils. And the reason being is because the anvils actually don't, the way they take damage is that they just take damage depending on if they fall. It doesn't matter how high they fall from. You can see I just placed down the same type of anvil both times, and they're both going to take the same amount of damage. They're both going to turn into very damaged anvils. So you can see that one there is a very damaged anvil, and that one is a very damaged anvil, even though it fell from almost twice the height. So moving on to the updates with the 40-second snapshot, now the redstone repeaters behave a little bit differently if they have a repeater going into the side of them. Or maybe it's just a redstone signal all by itself. Let me go ahead and let me try that here, just because I didn't wind up trying it just like this. Let's see here. No, okay, so if I have another repeater going into the side of another repeater here, let me just go ahead and let me get this next repeater out. There we go. So if I go ahead and let's just say with this repeater right here off, like if you take a look at this redstone signal, there's a lever here and the signal just goes that way. It's just very short. If I turn it on, bam, turns on. If I turn it off, bam, turns off. But if I go ahead and I turn on this signal, which has a repeater pointing into the side of the repeater, you're going to see a little strip of bedrock go right through the middle of it, and this torch right here is going to disappear, which is going to mean that redstone signals cannot travel through it. So the bedrock is just kind of like a no symbol. You can't do that. However, if I turn on this redstone signal first, you can see the redstone signal travels through it, and then I hit this repeater, the bedrock thing right here, well, the bedrock strip comes back in, and now this line is going to stay permanently on until this line right here turns off. So it's going to allow for some really, really interesting, you know, like alternate sort of designs for redstone. I'm really interested to see what people are going to build with this, namely Seth Bling. I'm really interested to see what he's going to build with a design like this. And to something that's kind of funny to note too, you can see that this repeater right here is set to a 4 tick. If I turn this on and that torch is gone, if I right click on this and then I turn this lever off, you can see it still adjusted the redstone timing, the redstone signal timing, which is a little bit weird, but kind of funny nonetheless. Moving on here, a couple of changes with the anvil is that players can repair tools using their source material. So what this means, if I go ahead, let's just say I give myself a diamond pickaxe or something, and then I give myself a diamond. I'm going to game mode myself to survival here, and then I'm going to use the pickaxe up a little bit. If I go ahead and I right click here, and then I might want to game mode myself back to creative so I don't need experience. If I go ahead and I set this in here, and then I place a diamond in right here, the enchantment cost is just going to be 1, and it's going to repair the pickaxe from the state that it was in into this new state, into a brand new pickaxey state. It's going to be awesome. I'm not sure exactly how many diamonds it would take to repair the whole thing. I'm guessing once it's more than a third damaged, like each diamond will repair it 1/3. That to me would make the most sense. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say that's probably how that works. The anvil has also gotten a recipe change, so no longer does it require a block of iron on each side with just an ingot in the middle. So instead of requiring 55 ingots in total, you know, with the blocks being 9 each, now it requires 31. So it's a bit more manageable of a recipe, and as well, there is a reduced XP cost for repairing and renaming your items and whatnot, because in the previous snapshot, it was just a tiny little bit ridiculous. It was just too much. It was too much. But it's been reduced now a fairly significant amount just to make it more manageable to repair your items and whatnot. So anyways, moving on here, bats can't trample crops. They can't trip pressure plates or tripwires now. As you can see here, I placed a whole bunch of bats inside of this area here, and I've just had them flying around, and they haven't been trampling the crops or anything like that. And they've been in here for a good couple of minutes or so. And there's a village over there. Yeah. So they've just kind of been trapped in here, and they haven't really broken anything at all. And one more minor thing is that there is an update to the language file. So now if you guys don't play Minecraft in English, you may notice some changes with some of your language stuff. Not sure exactly of the updates they did specifically, because they're usually not specific on the updates about that, but nonetheless, there's now an updated language file. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much going to do it for 12W42A. I believe I have covered everything, at least every documented change. If I have missed anything that has come with this snapshot in particular, I will be sure to leave a notation in the description below noting what I missed, as always. So anyways, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.